when I walked into this area, something started to move, and it just started to move off like it was walking. That was it. It didn't jump, didn't run, it didn't scurry, didn't seem like it was in a panic. It just began to walk off. Definite movement over here. Okay, one of the things about doing this in the summer is not so much that it's just hot, muggy, and buggy, but all the foliage is overgrown and snakes are in there. And unless you have snake boots, and even those aren't going to help you if you get a large snake that can jump high. So that's why footers in Florida slow down in the summer a lot. It's not so much we can't handle the heat, it's just that the conditions and the visibility are terrible. There are more optimal times of the year to do this. I just want to show you something that's a little interesting. These vines, they grow out of the ground. Look. Somehow they found their way up to these trees, wrapped themselves up there. Another set right here. Again, they come out of the ground. I really don't know what that means. Is that a new type of a marker? That's interesting. I don't believe I've ever seen that one before. Okay, different types of vines you'll find in Florida. This I know for a fact. It's dormant now because it's summer. This is wild grapevine. Everything's backwards in Florida. The citrus, the fruit, everything is ripe in the winter, not in the summertime like it would be up north. These are amazing vines too. They can grow 20 to 30 feet in a year. But you see how they hug this tree? Those other vines, I don't know how they stretch. Those weren't grapevines. They weren't water vines either. And they look for healthy trees to attach themselves to. You know, you can tell. You see that coloration? Okay, that's a virus. It's lichen. Actually, it's a moss. But what it attaches itself to healthy trees. That means there's lots of oxygen, and everything is doing well. So this is a healthy tree, and that's why they chose it. Isn't nature amazing, huh? This watershed area is what in Florida is called the uplands. High points stayed only 300 feet above sea level is the highest point. This is a ecosystem that preserves you can see the oak hammocks out here and the sand pines And the gopher turtles are out here, the sandhill cranes, and the unique plant to Florida called the pawpaw. And this is their ecosystem, and it's what they prefer. Unfortunately, it's the areas that developers prefer as well. And these places are being replaced by parking lots. I don't have to tell you that it has a disastrous effect on the ecosystem. I'm not exactly a greenie weenie, but this is illogical. I recommend that you only vote for local politicians who are going to either restrict zoning or encourage taxes that will protect these type of areas. We have to. Somehow I think our own survival is at stake. Yeah, it's coming out of the shade. Even if you're on a trail, it doesn't take long. Let me show you. You're in sand, man. Lots of sand. I always like to walk up to the palmetto line because that's the palmetto line. Miles that way. Tread out there. Go join the cottonmouths and the pygmy rattlesnakes. They'll be glad to see you. It is quiet. Except for a rifle fire in the distance. One of the tactics I like to use is simply look and listen. Just to take my time and be very quiet. I could do without. That must be private property somewhere and somebody's shooting a gun. That makes all the animals comfortable, I imagine. Scan the area. Hell, maybe he's standing behind me, I don't even know it. You hear that? Here's an area I went into last winter where I showed how you can blaze hardwood, take it all the way, see all the way into the back. I take it way beyond the tree line and I found a water source out there. So if you were trying to survive, remember the golden rule of thumb. If you see a mammal, lizard, anything running around, you can survive because they found water, and you will too. You just have to look for it. I found it back there. You could camp for days out here, even though it's nothing but sand. It looks more like almost an oasis. The oasis is actually with an abundance of stuff. No, there's a dearth. You would think a dearth of resources, but it's not. You just have to be resourceful. Man, I love it when it's just quiet. Wonder if you could hear my scarf hit the ground. I heard that in something else. How cool is this? This is called turkey oak. It's a small form of oak tree, and it has no real commercial value because it's not very wide. It's small, but it's really hard. I mean, if you find deadfall of this, you have the best fuel for an overnight fire that you'll ever find. And the reason they call it turkey oak is, if you look here, the leaves are three-pronged. They look like a turkey foot. Now, how cool is that? That's how you can identify it. It's oak, but it's very small. It's not a juvenile. You can tell by the height. It's just the best fuel out here for fire. I mean, the best. If you can find it, you're going to be warm all night on a cold night. Oh boy. Okay. Timmy's Tips for Survival. My favorite show on TV is Dual Survivor. I even have the DVD collections. My favorite team was Cody and Dave Canterbury in the early days. And if you want to survive in the wilderness in Florida for at least 3 nights, don't do what they do. Bring pretzels and beef jerky. Bring enough food to last for 3 nights. We don't want you eating things that look like pig's testicles grown on the side of trees, or the bright berry that I just showed you. Stuff could be neurotoxic. Unless you're an absolute expert, you're not going to be able to identify the right plants to eat. Just don't even bother. Bring it with you. Bring a container. Bring a knife. Bring fire starter. Bring flashlight. These are the things you're going to need. Some type of tarp. Pack them with you, even if you're going out for a day hike. If you get lost, you're going to need to survive. Don't be scraping things off of trees or pulling things off of bushes to eat. They might find your ass dead if you do that. Anyway, I know it sounds like cheating. Oh, bring fire starter, lighter, and don't rub 2 sticks together to try to make fire. Just don't. Make it easy on yourself. And Michael Merchant also says bring a candy bar, because that can lift your spirits. And he's right. So bring a candy bar.